We did see eUnited on stream yesterday in the upper bracket. They didn't have too much success, unfortunately for them. But hopefully, if you're an eUnited fan, today's going to be a new day, and they're going to have success. But J-Russ, who's going by Jay here, formerly known as Chicken, is going to be an extremely dangerous 1v1 player for eUnited to contend with. And for that reason, I really do think that eUnited have to win 3s and 2s. But there you go, decent start to 3s. And A. Jackson, the recent name change for Ajax, bangs in a quick goal after a 50-50 goes in their favor. You think Divine is going to sweep? I don't know if... No, I don't think Divine are going to win the 3v3. I think eUnited are probably going to win the 3v3. This series is really, for me, all on the 2v2. If eUnited can win the 2v2, then they've set themselves up to just pick game 5 3v3 regardless of what happens in the 1v1s. Whereas if they lose the 2v2, then they're in big trouble. Oh, look at this by Hoxer. That is an absolute banger. It's gone up high for him. But look at that read as the ball bounces down. He even took a little hit off the defender there. Hoxer's definitely the one who put it across the line. No question about that. The first touch was ideal. You know, smashing the ball off that curve above the goal is a really good idea because it's going to get the defense to panic a lot of the time. United definitely awake for this series. Playing some great games. Every team that qualified through the EU lower bracket earlier for Fusion EU, they did so after making a lower bracket run. None of the teams who just fell down to the lower bracket in the last round yesterday were able to bounce back and win. Some of those guys put it down to not being warmed up. I don't know if they were practicing. I don't know if they were actually playing a scrim or anything before the series that they played. I'd be very surprised if they weren't, though. Oh, J-Russ! Just checking to see if the top corner's still there. Crossbar has a word with him. And Ajax looking to finish off a decent shot, but what a save that was by J-Russ. He's putting in work at both sides of the field. Unfortunately, though, for eUnited, they are, or unfortunately rather for Divine, I should say, eUnited are just too good right now in 3s. Their rotation's on point. They're playing confidently. They're playing fast. And they're connecting some really nice passes. This is some of the best 3s I've seen eUnited play recently. Yeah, I do want to see at least one team out of eUnited, G2, and the other two teams who are they're the final bosses of the lower bracket for the different quadrants of the lower bracket today. I want to see one of them make it through just to prove that it's not impossible, because none of the teams are able to do it in EU. But you know, it is cool to see teams making that run, going through 3 teams in a row to qualify for the tournament. That's exactly what all the upper bracket teams had to do, although the competition there may have been stiffer. Some nice defense by Memory, great control in the back corner. There's still some time for Divine to work with, but eUnited looks so solid. This is, like I said already, the best I've seen them look in 3s. And it's been a bit of a mixed bag of results for a lot of 3s teams because they're kind of forced to play a more conservative, a more defensive style than they're used to. Gotta remember their 4th member of defense to Crossbar. Hardest player to get the ball past. Divine have got 2 minutes to do so. It's a monstrous clear. Look at the distance that Ajax has got on that one. He's looking to double touch them as well. It's into the bar and easy for Memory to score. Ajax just turned defense into offense with one massive hit on the ball. And the fact that he's missed that might have actually been better because the defender was only paying attention to the double touch, not the crossbar pass. But you guys who have had a chance to see Divine play the other game modes earlier today, what sort of series have we been seeing? Have we been seeing solid 2s performances out of them? I know that J-Russ is going to be really difficult to beat in 1v1, but is 2v2 their second best matchup? What else are we expecting to see from these guys? According to the Twitch chat analysts, who have been pretty on point so far, not going to lie, this weekend. 3-0 sweep. So some people think 3-0 sweep. It's all going to come down to that 1v1, of course. Can Ajax beat J-Russ? I mean, if he could beat J-Ross, yeah, they're just going to be done with this one. I don't see the 3v3 swinging back in Divine's favor. This is just way too good for eUnited. They're way too fast. They're hitting the ball way too accurately. Rarely caught out of position as well. Isn't Ajax pretty good at ones? He is, but J-Ross is really good at ones. Dino finishing off a nice goal here. That's a really good pass, and this has been missing from a lot of the plays that Divine have been trying to make today. But hey, if they could pass the ball like that, then suddenly they're going to be in a position to challenge the 3v3 game. They've won all 2v2 and 1v1, but lost a few 3v3s. Gotcha. So 2v2 and 1v1 is really where Divine have been shining. And that's what they're probably going to try and do here based on what we're seeing in front of us. And it's, not really any shame losing to an eUnited roster who are playing as well as this. Oh, J-Ross is looking for the knock-on that one. Still in field, and it's off the bar. It's free for J-Ross. Bump attempt by Parklet, but no go. eUnited hang on. Kind of a late scare there. Yeah, J equals J-Ross equals Chicken. That's his old name. He used to go by Chicken. Now he goes by J-Ross. I think, honestly, I like the name Chicken. I thought it was a good name to go by, but he disagreed. Look at those names. I'm just looking at my OBS again. It's super bright. It's really bright names. I kind of like the green though. You guys coming in clutch there with that suggestion. Really good stuff from Twitch chat. eUnited off to the perfect start here in the lower bracket final for this quadrant of the bracket. It's going to be J-Ross and Dino representing Divine. In the next game, Ajax and Hawkser going to be looking for that 2-0 lead in the series. You think the other should be purple? If I put purple on that light purple background, it wouldn't show up very well. I don't think it would work. We're just going to leave it like this. No, the Cloud9 are not eliminated, guys. They're going to be playing, I think, in 50 minutes time. That's when their first lower bracket matchup happens. If Cloud9 win 3 times in a row in the lower bracket today, then they're in the tournament. They'll qualify for the major, for the final event, I should say. This is perfect. Landy, thanks so man. You guys have all been so helpful and so great with the feedback of these streams. We are paying attention to what people are saying and suggesting for future ones. Hawks are 1-0 for eUnited, and where is the defense for Divine? J-Ross went for the boost, got bumped up the wall. Really, probably should have been looking to keep that ball in a safer location. Can I invite Leaf to the squad stream? Well, no, I can't because I am not the leader of the squad stream, but you guys should all go tell Lawler to invite Leaf to the squad stream. I'm sure he will. Lawler is the one who started it off, because I wasn't live when Lawler was, when he started off, so he just started it. Actually, no, I think I was the first person to invite it, but yeah, he just invited me. I said, yeah, you can go ahead. It's totally fine. Leaf is in it. Nice. So it looks like Lawler's way ahead of us as J-Ross bangs in the equalizer for Divine. Hawkser not taking a very safe 50-50 here, just ends up hitting the ball into the back corner. We've seen a lot of that today. Many goals in 2v2 and 3v3 are going to happen after 50-50s. Why is that? It's because in the standard flow of the game, it's easy for these guys to predict what's happening. And speaking of predictions, what a save by Hawkser there. Did you guys see the time that he had to react to that rebound? That is insane. Centralizing who casts what in one visible place would be helpful. Well, there is that on Wikipedia, so you guys can check out the Wikipedia bracket if you want to know who's casting what. Just click on the Wikipedia bracket matchups, and there should be a little Twitch link in every single one of them that has a caster to the caster, or the caster's live stream. That's the place I would direct you guys if you want to know who's casting what match. Just Wikipedia bracket and click on the match you mean. That's what you want to do. For the final tournament, all of the matches will be on my channel here, so it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to keep up with what's happening and not miss any of the action. But that's the nature of the qualifiers in any tournament. You're not going to be able to watch everything live. It's just not possible because there's so many games happening at once. And hold on a second, Hawkser, EXE has stopped working or something, because that is not exactly what he had planned, I would imagine. Did he just forget to dodge? He just flew straight past the ball, and that has given Divine the easiest lead they're going to get all day. There's still, you know, time for eUnited to sort themselves out, but after seeing such a dominant and confident performance in the 3v3, I'm almost saying ones, but it was a 3v3, that is not what you expect to see from them. Now Hoxer's messed up his wave dash. He better not be tilted, because they're going to need him to be playing his A game later. Again, like, I expect JRUS to be the favorite in the 1v1. Based on what I saw yesterday for Ajax. And I don't think that it's going to be easy in the slightest for JRUS to win 2 times in a row in the 1v1. That's going to be a huge achievement if he can do that. But he's been playing well in ones today. He beat Com twice in a row. So if he could beat Com twice in a row, I think he could beat Ajax twice in a row as well. That was just a previous round that he beat Com twice in a row, so he's definitely hitting form at the right time. And look at this 2v2 play. They look like a totally different team now. Where do eUnited go from here? Well, probably just looking to, I think, steal one of those ones games. I mean, based on what this 2v2 being as good as it is, so I mean, you don't even have to pick ones as Divine. They could actually just pick this 2v2 matchup, which looks great. Hoxer nowhere near as consistent in this one as he was in the 3v3. So quite a few floppy challenges. One rule that would be interesting is not using the same team in 2v2 or the same player for 1v1. Well, the reason why we didn't do that, we did think about that, but I'll explain to you guys why we didn't limit the format in any way in terms of what players are going to be used. Is because the final tournament for this event was always going to be a 3v3 bracket, a 2v2 bracket, and a 1v1 bracket. That's what the final tournament is. It's best of 7 single elimination with 3 brackets, 1 for each game mode. Now, if you want to get the best teams in every single bracket, you need to let them play their best players in every single game in the qualifier. You don't want to limit who teams are playing in the crew battles stage, because you're not going to be limiting who they play in the final stage of the tournament either. That's why we didn't make that rule. Now, if this was just a crew battles tournament through and through, that might be a really good idea to limit or to make restrictions on what teams are allowed to do in terms of matchup picks and what players are allowed to play various rounds. But, yeah, that's for another tournament. That's for another day. The actual tournament here is 3s, 2s, and 1s brackets, all working towards one points table. Should be quite interesting. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dino and JRUS here in 2v2. They definitely have the edge in this matchup. This is, I think, just as comfortable for them as eUnited were in the 3v3. It's a nice little fake kickoff attempt there by Divine as well. The one thing I don't like about that, though, is that they've shown one of their strategies that they maybe could have saved for later. They don't need to score another goal here off a strong kickoff. They might as well just save that one for the next 2v2, should there be another 2v2. Decent air dribble by Hoxer, but Ajax gonna have to score it for him, and he does. So a more respectable score here for eUnited, but there is no question that JRUS and Dino had their number in this matchup. Ajax and Hoxer not quite on the same level when it comes to synergy in 2v2. Divine will win this competition. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far at all. But yeah, just to round off my thoughts on, you know, format for this tournament, there are other variations of crew battles which are interesting to see, and I do agree. Like, we could have had more competition or more competitive matchups in some stages if we limited what teams were allowed to do with their picks. But yeah, we just didn't want to do that because we're not going to be limiting picks at all in the final tournament. So why would we limit it in the qualifier? It just doesn't make any sense in the context here. I think a lot of people who are asking for format changes in the Ajax left the game here. Is he going to join back in? But yeah, a lot of people who are asking for format changes in this tournament don't realize that the final tournament is a totally different. It's a totally different look than the qualifier. The only reason we're doing crew battles for qualifier is because I think the best way to figure out which teams are going to perform best in 3 completely different game modes. That's really the goal here for this qualifier, and that's why it is the way it is. Will any replays be available afterwards? We're going to try to make all the replays available. Hold on, is Memory going to be playing the 1v1 here? No way. Okay, that is not what I expected at all. So Divine have just equalized. eUnited took a 3v3 in comfortable fashion. Divine take the 2v2. But Memory is playing the 1v1. Is this Memory's first 1v1 for the tournament? I think it might be. And he's up against J-Ross, who missed out on top 4 for the NA Salt Mine just half a year ago. This guy is legit in once, and he's been popping off in Fusion as well. He just beat Com twice in a row in the previous round today. First round that these teams played. Or second round, sorry, that J-Ross played. Before that, I think, did J-Ross win once in the previous round as well? He is a really difficult player to get off the ball. He just sticks to it like glue, start to finish. But Memory wants to give him a game here, see what he can do. Maybe he'll be switching to Ajax later if this doesn't work out, which it is right now. Memory makes it 1-0. And this will be a real surprise if he can make this matchup work in his favor. There have been so many players, so many people commenting about this tournament and saying that, you know, there's just no chance for 3v3 mains to come in against a ones player and win a game. Memory's giving it a try here. Vision and PK are 1-1. That's hype, man. Who won the 3s and who won the 2s against in Vision versus PK? Did PK win the 3s? J-Ross high into the air. He's got the reset uncontested, and there's just no way that Memory saves this without an insane pre-jump. You know, he has to challenge there. He just has to challenge. He's waited way too long. You don't save these shots by reacting to what's happening. You save it by stopping the flip reset from even happening in the first place. Oh dear, starting to fall to pieces. The first 35-40 seconds were looking pretty good for Memory, but now I think his stationary car tells us all we need to know. That is all you need to know about how that kickoff went. Memory not too happy about it. Let's see if he can pull this one back. Yeah, the tricky thing about 1v1, of course, well, one of the tricky things is if you don't have experience playing against a player like J-Ross, yeah, you might be able to go even with him on the first few kickoffs, but he's got so many matches, you know, in his past where he's had to switch up his kickoff strategy several times, mid-game, mid-series, and I don't know if Memory's got that same depth to his kickoff repertoire. Good recovery from the bump, but it looks like J-Ross is going to make the save though. He's just so quick with his movement off the ball. J-Ross really giving Memory no time to rest here. He's just constantly attacking from all angles. Look for the top corner and the double touch actually, but just off target. But this is what J-Ross is so good at. He just sticks to the ball and Memory just can't get control of it. Everywhere he looks, J-Ross is hitting the ball away from him, but that's a miss by J-Ross. He will take the boost. But there's an opening there for Memory to exploit if he was a bit more ready for it to happen. Oh, he wanted to shoot that ball. You can see that the angle he was looking for had to be perfect, and it's just so easy to miss that ball entirely if you don't get the exact touch you want. But you have to nice shot, saves Memory. You have to respect J-Ross's defense. Even if Memory did hit that shot on target, I think J-Ross saves it the majority of the time. So Memory probably not making a good decision there, and that is turning into a repeated problem in this matchup. 1-0 was the only time that this looked good for Memory. Maybe 1-1 it looked okay. Ever since then, J-Ross has been cruising. You guys who did watch J-Ross play against Com in the series prior to this, you'll know why I expect him to win twice in a row against United. Twice if they pick the ones, of course, but he did look really good against Com. And Com right now has been playing some good ones also. So the fact that J-Ross can beat him twice, that tells you all you need to know. And he is absolutely farming Memory right now. Wow, this is not looking good for United, guys. Magic Bears destroying Taroko 12-3. Oh my goodness, there's just no way for... There's no competitive ones matches going on right now. It's just all players getting clapped everywhere you look. Which, you know, had we made the more restrictions to what teams are allowed to play what player, we would definitely have less teams getting carried by ones mains. But we would have more games like this where there's just a super one-sided game. Which, yeah, Astro versus Casio 2.0. Yeah, we're going to have more of these types of games where it's just a complete destruction of one player. It's a nice wave dash by J-Ross. He got bumped onto 2 wheels and he just wave dashes right back down to all 4. Jumps off the ceiling, has to dodge early here. It's a block on the clear from Memory. What do you do here? If you remember, you just can't even get a hold of the ball. J-Ross is just attacking non-stop, taking all the boost. And Memory is only getting to play 1v1 defense in this series, in this game I should say. J-Ross bit off with the rebound. It bounced down off the bar. You can see the frustration starting to mount now for Memory. He's trying to take any opportunity he can to get the ball back under control. I think he might have done it. There we go. Round of applause for Memory, who has dispossessed J-Ross. But is he going to be able to do anything with it? That's not the most inspiring offense, I'm afraid, by him. And he might have actually own goaled off the ceiling. Pretty close. Memory kind of falling apart here at the end. Justin versus J-Bot is 4-4. So there you go, guys. If you want to see a close 1v1, watch Justin versus J-Bot on, I think Leaf is streaming that one, right? Go to Leafix's channel for a close 1v1. Justin playing 1v1 as well. I repeat, Justin is playing 1v1. A lot of people are probably going to want to go check that out. Oh, Jarby's streaming it. Go to Jarby's channel. My bad. Jarby. It's twitch.tv/JarbyPLS. I'll still be here when you're back watching J-Ross annihilate Memory. Is he going for the double demo here? He is! Oh, he's got him. Is he going to try demo him again? Yeah, he is. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, the disrespect. J-Ross with the double demo on the second one on spawn. He hadn't even loaded in the replay. That is pretty funny. But, yeah, this is not too surprising, unfortunately. I was definitely shocked when I saw Memory being fielded for the 1v1 here. I don't know what the thought process behind that was for eUnited. Maybe Memory just had a Garrett G moment where he sees a really good ones player in front of him and then he thinks, you know what, yeah, I think I can beat that guy, and then gets big farmed, as Garrett said yesterday about his matchup with Alpha Cat. But I just want to, say on the Garrett G topic, how awesome it was to see Garrett G tweet out about his POV on the whole learning 1v1 for Fusion scenario. I mean, it's very clear why Garrett G is and will remain a top player in the Rocket League scene for the longest time. The only player to play in every season of RLCS that has been a LAN. He would have played in Season 9 as well had it happened. He just has the best mentality for learning the game, and every time a new batch of players comes along and they can do some tricks that he can't, he's straight to free play, learning how to do it. And yeah, full credit to him. I'm really happy to see Garrett succeed. Great guy. Really fun to watch play, of course. Memory can take a clapping without tilting. Ajax not so much. So that being said, what is the next step for eUnited? Because this is the issue here, guys. They've thrown away this game by, well, they didn't throw it away. Of course, obviously Memory had a chance, but pretty small chance, clearly. Now, eUnited get to pick the next game, which I imagine will be a 3v3, but then you've got 2 matchups coming up next that really don't look very good. But wait a minute, Memory's left the match and Ajax is joined the match. Did they pick 1v1? What? They didn't pick 1v1, did they? eUnited are trying to do a team singularity. No, they didn't. Okay, Hawks are joining the lobby. I think they're picking 3v3. Genius play? I don't know, man. See, Singularity did this in EU. They picked 1v1 right after they lost 1v1 because they had Scrub on their team. Throw lost the 1v1 for Singularity. And then Scrub subbed in for the next 1v1 and beat his opponent in that matchup. I forget who beat Tho in that, actually. But yeah, United don't have a Scrub killer on their team. So they can't do that play. They don't have that option to just say, yeah, we know that you just destroyed one of our players in 1v1, but it's fine. We've got another one. We've got a better one. and he's going to beat you. It was Ronicky, that's right. Ronicky beat Tho to put Barca 2-1 ahead of Singularity in the series on double match point, and then instead of picking the matchup which they won, Singularity won the 3v3 in that series. They picked ones and they won it. Yeah, it wasn't going to be possible for eUnited to make that play, I don't think. If they did, I would have so much respect for Ajax for being like, it's fine guys, just let's throw away one 1v1 game and then I'll beat JRoss. And then they can choose the last game, but they're tilted, right? That might be the plan. I think what they've done here is a lot more intelligent, running back to 3v3. They looked extremely good the first 3v3 we saw, and although I do think that Divine are going to pick 1v1 for the last round, eUnited have still got Ajax. He's top 100 in ones, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him going out to see if he can do what Memory could not. Now, if it works, they're going to look like geniuses. If it doesn't, they're going to look like Cloud9 in the winners bracket yesterday, not fielding Squishy for the first time for the first match against Sharp, and then sending him out for the second one and losing that one as well. So, you know, Cloud9 winner bracket Fusion, not a team that you do want to look like because they did lose. So that's something that eUnited are not going to try and replicate, but they do still have a chance with Ajax on the roster. Justin 1, NRG 3-0. That is insane. Justin is a ones main, guys. J-Bot is not a bad ones player at all. J-Bot is definitely up there with ones, and on a good day, J-Bot can beat some really good players, and he has beaten some really good players in competition. So that's insane. Justin actually taking the ones straight away shows NRG are, you know, in with a chance here. Obviously, based on 3s and 2s alone, NRG have a chance to qualify through that bracket. Divine, you know, we're talking a lot about eUnited and their chances to win this in Game 5, take the whole series in Game 5. Divine have got a chance to win it all right now. As we know, 3v3 is probably the most upsettable matchup. I'm going to have to go do the calculations actually after this is all over and see how many times the underdog team won the 3v3 and how many times the underdog team won the 2v2 and the 1v1, etc. Oh, Dino just getting the smallest touch in that ball. Notice in the top right, he did get credit for the shot there. That was contact. Who was streaming NRG? I think Jorby was streaming NRG. I think Leaf was streaming PK. And Lawler is streaming... I forgot what Lawler is streaming. It's too much to remember. Lawler is streaming something as well. Just over 2 minutes left, and eUnited are not having a field day with this one like they did in Game 1 of the series. This doesn't bode well for their chances moving forwards. It looks like they're the ones on decline. It's a free shot though for Hoxer, and that will not be saved. eUnited in with a chance here. There's way too much space given to Hoxer in the back line here. There has to be some challenge on this ball. There has to be somebody trying to intercept that before the shot comes in. Do I think Mile would beat Magic Bear in 1v1? I think it would be a good game. I don't know who wins. I think I would give Mile the edge there, but Magic Bear is really good, so it would not be easy. Yeah, since Chronic has been eliminated from the tournament, Farkiaz, I think Lion Blaze and First Killer, probably the only two players I would give the advantage to against Mile. If you're wondering why I exclude AJ from that list, it's because apparently AJ can't beat Batmobile players, so he would probably lose by his own analysis in that matchup. Yeah, I preempted that question. Somebody asking AJ question mark right now. I'm already ahead of you, buddy. Answer. Minute and 15 left in Game 4. This has been a better 3v3 showing for Divine, but it looks like they are going to have to rely on 1s or 2s in Game 5. And based on how comfortable JRoss looked in the 1v1, I would be shocked if they don't pick 1v1 for this, and it would, I think, be a bad idea. Oh, the passing play was optional. JRoss went for it. Like they just couldn't get the right angle on it. Am I streaming G2? Yes, I will be streaming G2's qualification match immediately after this one. Or no, maybe not immediately, but that will be the next match that we cast on stream. Yeah, this is going to be, if it goes like the way I think it is, this is going to be another one of those games where we see tweets from eUnited after the match saying, well, hey guys, at least we won 3v3, that's all we care about. GG's, well played. We lost to a better team, but It's true at the end of the day. You know, I say it I say it with a bit tongue-in-cheek, but it is true. That is the matchup that these guys care about the most. That's what this squad was put together to play. But yeah, it seems like in this format they haven't performed as well as a lot of people expected them to in the 2v2. And the 1v1 has really been a big letdown. Apart from their win against AJ, apart from Ajax beating AJ, they've struggled here. And will that be their downfall in this series? Is that the game mode that Divine are going to choose for Game 5? You have to think it is. You'd be surprised. I mean, I would be surprised for sure if we see any other matchup here other than 1v1 for the last round. Parkless already left the lobby. Oh, yeah, Dino's left the lobby as well. Okay, I was going to say if Dino stays, then it's 2v2, but it is going to be 1v1. And I think that's smart by Divine because it's harder to get an upset win in ones than it is to get an upset win in twos. And although J-Russ and Dino looked better in 2v2, I think that's much more likely to change game to game. 1v1 usually, you look at one game and then you play another, you're likely to see a very similar thing going on. But it is going to be a new player. Ajax stepping in for Game 5. This is it now. Can he get his team to the last stage competition? And he's off to just as good of a start as Memory was. But as we know, after watching the Memory J-Russ 1v1, first goal didn't really mean much. That's a good kickoff as well for Ajax. He's spotted J-Russ coming in. He does give the ball away to him. Now, how long will it be before Ajax can take control? Not too long by the looks of things. He's giving it right back again. Ooh, cheeky play and defense by Ajax. He's faking pressure here. Wants to cause J-Russ to panic as often as he can. It's a great landing by J-Russ. You notice how he's power sliding on the landing there to keep all of his momentum, but Ajax is still the quicker of the two players to the play. It gets the demo, and that is huge because it leaves the net wide open. And he's slow playing. He's trying to tilt J-Russ while scoring. And this is the perfect start for Ajax. So it's like I said earlier, this is the play that Cloud9 did to Team Meteor in round 1 of the winner bracket. They didn't send out Squishy first. They sent out Gimmick kind of as a sacrifice to see what Sharp would do, to see what kind of plays he would make. And then in Game 5, that's when they brought out Squishy. And it didn't work out. Sharp managed to beat Squishy as well, but if eUnited can pull this off, that would definitely make a lot more sense to their strategy. I don't know if Ajax is able to learn enough from watching Memory get 10-1 or 10-2 or whatever it was by J-Russ to give him a favorable matchup here. I don't know how indicative of I really don't know how much of that is going to carry over. J-Russ has just carried the ball over the top of Ajax now. There's no boost for Ajax in the play. And that is certainly something that carried over from the Memory versus J-Russ game. Just all too often we would see J-Russ running the ball left to right, taking the boosts and then attacking before Ajax, or before Memory it was in the first game, could recover. That is what he does. Very good ball pressure. Usually very good touches, but that's not a very good one. Ajax unable to punish, but J-Russ is stuck on the post. He was two wheels on either side of the post there, so his car didn't have any wheels on the ground, but he was also bottom of the car on a surface, so he couldn't jump. And Ajax is able to turn the possession play into a goal. Now that is bizarre. You know, not often do you get stuck to the post like that for J-Russ. But Ajax converted beautifully. He's up by 1 again. What's the Magic Bear score now? Who's he beating this time? Beating Mectos? Or our Plot Twist getting eliminated as we speak? Magic Bear 15-5. Oh my days. Mectos being toxic. Is he actually? J-Russ just misses. Double touch. Ajax playing an extremely Batmobile style of game. Oh dear, this isn't the best hiding behind the ball, is it though? He has revealed his position really quite fully there to J-Russ. J-Russ can see exactly where he was. Now if you're trying to hide behind the ball like Ajax is there, you know, something a lot of Batmobile players have done in the past successfully, you have to get on the opposite side of the ball from your opponent. If you're kind of side on like this, they can see where you are and they can see where you're not basically, and that's where they're going to put the ball. That is a snappy shot from J-Russ. Look at the power as he puts another one in. to go 4-3 up. But notice the key here is that as soon as he took that first touch, then this is the best tip for people trying to execute a shot like this. The first thing he did is he boosted away from the ball. Not a moment was wasted. As soon as he made that first touch, he was already boosting away from the ball to get into position for the run-up, and he's faked out Ajax for 5-3. And this is going from bad to worse for eUnited. They might be getting eliminated from the tournament here, and unfortunately for them, it is kind of a Team Meteor Cloud9 situation where you think it may have been better for them to use Ajax in both of the 1v1s, because he looks a lot more competitive than Memory did in this game mode. And you know, you think therefore surely it would have been more useful to have him give 2 tries at beating J-Ross instead of just getting this 1 try. Mectus is super salty. What is going on, guys? What is he typing stuff in chat? What's he saying? What happened to make Mectus so salty? I obviously can't see what's happening right now. You guys are gonna have to fill me in. Did he get air dribble bumps and he's just gone off on a rant about everything that's wrong with this world? Ajax has an open net here. That's a nice 50-50, and he puts it in with confidence as well. Very nice play by Ajax to keep this interesting. Oh, he's not being salty, he's just spamming nice block. Okay, that's a bit more expectable. Yeah, Magic Bear, for those of you who don't know, is a very, very good 1v1 player right now, so you should not be surprised to see him putting up these kind of numbers. It really puts into perspective as well the effort that Bruno from 11s made against him. Oh, Ajax flying in for the in and out save. Look at the timing. And you love that, because even if J-Russ went for the demo ahead of the ball there, it would have been a really good position for Ajax to make the save. He's covering all angles. Is he going to get this one? Yes, he is! Look at the air double bump defense out of Ajax. Now he's got a chance to equalize. Is he going to try one of his own? No, he's just going for a straight up air double dunk, and that's been saved as well. No boost for Ajax. I think J-Russ has missed this though. He has. It's bounced back flat. Oh, no way. J-Russ thought it was going to roll, but it's gone straight towards his goal. He thought that was going to roll up the wall, but it has just gone directly down the middle. That is a disaster for J-Russ and a disaster for Divine. But that's pretty funny. I mean, how does this happen? See 2 failed air dribbles, and then we see the ball bouncing from one end of the field to the other. And the kickoffs are pretty good for J-Russ, and it's just too low. Ajax, he was just underneath the ball on that one. Gets destroyed in the 50-50. He's lost this one, but it should be recoverable, I think. Oh no, J-Russ just too quick, but he's rushed it. J-Russ didn't realize how much time he had. Thought that Ajax would be coming for him. This is a precarious position for Ajax, so J-Russ, exquisite air roll to take the 2-goal lead back, and there's really no question which one of these 2 players had better vision and which one of these 2 players had better boost usage in this play. J-Russ out-controlling Ajax at the end of this game, and at the end of this series. This could be the end for eUnited. One more chance for Ajax to get this comeback going. He's got time still, and he's got the demo as well. Now this is a long way to put this open net in. I don't think he's going to get it in time, but he is still attacking a low boost J-Russ, and he puts it over his shoulder. 1-goal game. Can Ajax do it? If he doesn't pull this back, eUnited are going to be kicking themselves for not using Ajax in game 3 and, you know, giving him 2 shots at this, because he's so close to beating J-Russ here. But J-Russ for Divine is continuing his insane day of 1s, trying to take his team into the tournament. Ajax is out of the game. That's going to be the goal that ends it, I think. And Ajax, sorry. He tried to go for an early interception. He knew that there was going to be very little chance for him to dispossess J-Russ with such a strong kickoff going in J-Russ' favor. That's why he's tried to sneak in with the pinch there. Not a terrible option, to be honest. But I think the real talking point for eUnited is not using Ajax earlier on. He's clearly got a decent chance in this matchup, and they only gave him 1 go, and he couldn't get it done. J-Russ able to take 2 wins in the 1v1 once again, and that is eliminating eUnited from the competition. I also just read in chat that PK have been eliminated. Is that true? That's pretty crazy if it's true. Did Vision just eliminate PK? I mean, Vision chose 2v2 for the last round. 5-2 with 5 seconds left. Wow. So PK take the 3v3 in overtime. Vision take the 2v2 1-0. 1-goal game again in overtime. This time a win for Kinsey over AJ. 3-0 win for AJ in the 3v3. So this is another series. Both these series very similar actually. eUnited won both the 3v3s. They lost the 2v2 and the 1v1s. And again, PK, they took both the 3v3s, lost the 2v2s and the 1v1. PK out as well. That's crazy. I mean, are Vision now the favourites for this part of the bracket? It really does come down to the 2v2 between NRG and Vision, because NRG surely have the huge advantage there in the 3v3. But Vision, they have the huge advantage in the 1v1. Kinsey is a 1v1 monster. So 2v2 is really the most important matchup for this game. Game 2, 2v2, is going to decide who has control of that series. Because even if NRG win the 3v3, if they lose the 2v2, 1v1 is a no-go. They're losing that. And then they've lost their Game 5 pick. They're probably going to lose 1v1 Game 5. So NRG have to win Game 1 and 2 in this series, I feel.